Hi there, we're on day 7 looking at the Discipleship Pathway, which is the journey that we're all on from the moment we become a Christian, that we give our hearts to the Lord, till the moment that we die, and on into eternity after that as well. And especially this week we're thinking about the responsibilities which we have as disciples. And we've been looking at the story of Elijah in the Bible, and yesterday we're thinking about the responsibility that Elijah took upon himself to deliver God's word, to honour God's word, and to share the message about God. And today we're thinking about the responsibility that he had as a disciple to believe in God and to prove that God is real. So we're going to pick up the story in 1 Kings chapter 18. And the people, of course, have abandoned God. They have turned to other gods. They are following their bad king Ahab, who was really an evil man. And Elijah confronts them and he says this: "Now summon the people from all over Israel to meet me on Mount Carmel, and bring the 450 prophets of Baal," this was the false god that they were worshipping, "and the 400 prophets of Asherah who eat at Jezebel's table." And so Ahab sent word throughout all Israel and assembled the prophets on Mount Carmel. And Elijah went before the people and said, "How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him." In other words, well, let's prove who is the real God, if God really is real. The people said nothing. And then Elijah said to him, "I am the only one of the Lord's prophets left, but Baal has 450 prophets. Get 2 bulls for us, let them choose one for themselves, and let them cut it into pieces and put it on the wood, but not set fire to it. And I will prepare the other bull and put it on the wood, but not set fire to it. And then you call in the name of your God, and I will call in the name of the Lord, the God who answers by fire. He is God." Now, we've got a great storyteller in our church called Anne, and she uses different props and different techniques to really engage people in stories. So Anne, I'm learning from the best here. Here's my prop: fire. This is a fire story today we're thinking about. It's all about who is the real God. And the real God is going to answer with fire and burn up the sacrifice. And of course the prophets of Baal, they all shouted to their God, "Fire, bring fire." Nothing happened. So they shouted louder, "Bring fire, Baal, prove that you're the real God." Nothing happened. They cut themselves with knives and let their blood flow and said, "Look, we're cutting ourselves." Nothing happened. Because of course Baal's not the real God. There is only one God. So Elijah said, "Right, okay, my turn now." And he poured water all over the sacrifice to make it even more difficult, because he knew his God was real, and he knew that God would answer with fire. And that's exactly what happened. And he prayed, and then the fire of the Lord fell and burned up the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, and the soil, and also licked up the water in the trench. And when the people saw this, they fell prostrate and cried, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." You know, as disciples of the Lord, as followers of God, we are on this pathway, we are on this journey. And one of our responsibilities that we have is to put our faith and trust in God, to really believe him, to believe that he is real, that he will provide for us. When we need peace, he provides peace. When we need strength, he provides strength. Whatever it is that we need, whatever situation that we're in, we can trust that God is with us. God is a God of fire. He is a God of great power and a God of great love. And we can trust him with our lives. So that's a responsibility that we're thinking about today, to believe in God, to trust him that God is real. May you continue to put your faith and trust in God as you walk your discipleship pathway. Speak to you again tomorrow.